Alright, so I thought that while I had all my gear out, I might as well just do another video. So here is a little thing called Ain't Going Down the Dirt Road by Howlin Wolf. And this is actually, I would say definitely one of my favorite Howlin Wolf recordings, just because the way he sings on this recording is so soulful, plays some amazing, just fantastic guitar, which we'll learn in a moment. And also, it kind of gives you a feel for how Delta blues music could have sounded if people like Patton and Son House and Robert Johnson, Willie Brown, etc. had a decent studio to work in, so that you had some good quality and you can really hear all the nuances with what they were doing with their voice and their guitar. And yeah, so it's for me a really special recording, just because it's just fantastic. So make sure to check it out. I've got a link in the info section. For this tune, all you'll really need is standard tuning, and it's only got one simple lick and a couple small variations, so you can learn this one super quick. Alright, so I'll kind of go through it once and we'll get into the lesson. So it goes. Alright, so that's pretty much it. On the treble side, what you've got is a little bend on the 3rd fret of the top E string. And to make it a little messier, what you might want to do is either pluck that top treble string with the B string, or what you could do is just kind of give it a sweep across with your pointer finger. I like the sweep just because it gives for a nice little messy sound, and I find that it's a simpler technique to employ than actually plucking the strings individually. But of course you'll pretty much want to use both. There is many different techniques even beyond this, that you find sound good. I kind of use both. Might lean towards the finger sweeping here or there, depending on the situation. So one small variation on that might be where he actually bends the 3rd fret of the B string instead. So there you heard it there. And I'm still now hitting the open top string. So that's pretty much as far as it gets with the treble side. With the bass side, he'll kind of, again, it's really simple. 2nd fret of the D string, open D, 2nd fret of the A. Alright, so. Now 2 variations on that. One, he might go. Sorry. So there was just a little hammer on to the 2nd fret of the A string. Hammer on, then open D, back to that 2nd fret. Now the second variation is kind of the same thing, but just flipped the other way around. So now the hammer-on's here. Sorry. So the hammer-on there was from open D to the 2nd fret of the D, then going to the second fret of the A, then back to that second fret of the D. So. Alright, so when you put those together, this is what it sounds like slow. So notice those first two beats are together, meaning you got this second fret of the D played twice, and this bend, well, first going open, then the little bend on the third fret of the top E string with the little sweep to include some of the open B. So both of those are on the B. So after that, you'll be kind of going down to the open D, then the second fret of the A. And in between both of those notes, you'll kind of be given a little sweep across. So I'll kind of give the full thing. So. Notice how they're kind of between those bass notes. Then when you get back to that root, again, they'll be together and both on the beat. So again, so from the beginning, that's the second where they're in between, and now they're back together. And now you might want to throw in a variation. Now I'll vary it with the first variation on the treble, which will go like this. Now I'll vary it with the bass. Sorry. Again. Now the second variation on the bass. Those are, for the most part, the variations that he played. Of course, there are so many things that you can do with such a simple riff like that. But at the same time, with such a simple riff, sometimes what's so nice about it is the fact that it is simple. So you just want to, you might even just want to leave it the way it is and just do the best job that you possibly can with it. But anyways, it's a great little tune. One that you can probably start playing tomorrow if you want it, just because it's so simple and it sounds so great. So make sure to check it out, and I hope you enjoyed this short little lesson.